Hello, everyone. This is Father Mark, and as we continue our Lenten journey, as looking at our little reflection book, Finding Hope When Life Hurts, we remind ourselves of God's love for us and how we're called to share that love with one another. And so we're going to look at 2 days. One is March the 1st, Small Things Forgotten, and the second one is March the 6th, Take My Hand on Tuesday, March the 6th. But I'm going to start with a story about my Grandma Mary. My Grandma Mary was remarkable in many different ways, but one of the great blessings or things that is most strong in my memory is her birthday cards to us each year. Each year, all of her grandchildren would receive a birthday card, and the card was a note of birthday blessing and also a crisp $1 bill. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, right? But from what I can remember, Grandma Mary had north of 70 grandchildren, and she would do that on a constant basis every year, remembering the small blessings in life, remembering and not forgetting those small blessings. And I bring that up because oftentimes we can do that in our modern day life. At least for me, I have an electronic calendar, my Google Calendar, right? And when big things happen or important things happen that I want to remember, I put it up there in little things. So for instance, when my brother Mitch died, I put his day of death up there. Or when my good friend, Father Mark Catalana, passed away, I also put that on the calendar. And what has been lost in the Google Calendar is that yearly process that I had done before, which was opening up my paper calendar, going through it with my new paper calendar, and transferring those important events to the next year, to remember them in a very active way, rather than just them popping up on my screen one day. And that is one of the things that we need to be attentive to, because on March the 6th, taking my hand and remembering the small things, those two things are so interconnected because they are that human connection back and forth between what we remember and how we go forward. As a priest, I'm very blessed in many ways of being able to participate in so many wonderful and important memories, those of baptisms, those of marriages or of other sacramental times, or even those sad times of sickness and in death. I participate within that and get to hear the memories of people beginning to share. But sadly, what too often happens is that we only share those things at that moment rather than taking time again and again and again to remember the blessings of life. That's why the Mass is so important, right? Do this in remembrance of me, participating in the love of God through the sacramental graces that God gives to us. And in doing so, we are able to take the hand of the other, to walk with the other in the sacramental life, not just in those big moments, but also in those small moments, in remembering the grace that God shared with us. So your challenge this week might be something very simple like reaching out to a family member or friend and sharing a meal together without a cell phone on the table. Talking to someone on the phone rather than texting them or sending them something over Facebook or something like that. And so today, as we kind of remember those great blessings of our lives, those moments of love, those moments of truth, we hold on to the mementos like the mass things of wonderful brothers and friends, and continue to share the grace of God in the memory of hope and the memory of love. And so let us pray that all of us are able to reach out and touch one another in that very great way as God touches us in the Mass, as we see each other in His Eucharistic feast. God bless, and have a great week.